Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Rishi Shah, the head of data management at Cognition World. He's going to chat to us today about his company a little bit, get to know him and feel his vibe out and just have a good time. So thank you so much for joining us today, Rishi, all the way from Dublin.
Thanks.
How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Good. Just waiting for the weather to clear up a bit. We're in the middle of a storm currently, and
Yeah.
a couple of storms actually. One's passed over the weekend, and there's one going on right now. So
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
just waiting for some good weather.
Soon. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully the clouds will open up soon. But yeah, talk to me. What do you guys do at Cognition World?
So we are an IoT-led, IoT hardware-led analytics company.
Mm-hmm.
So we have combined the goodness of cheap IoT hardware with long-range network technology, which
Okay.
ultimately helps our clients get data from their existing systems, from their sites into our
Yeah.
cloud platform.
Mm-hmm.
And the ultimate aim is to help small and medium companies become more sustainable with their energy use, with their
Mm-hmm.
site operations, and bring
Mm-hmm.
this technology to 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 smaller companies that would find it hard. Um, Otherwise, in an industry which is run by larger enterprises.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So just break it down for me in layman's terms. What is IoT?
So IoT is Internet of Things. It's just a short
Mhm.
form for Internet of Things. It's a it's a type of technology stack that has become widely available in the last 15 to 20 years. What that
Yeah.
basically means is there could be a number of devices, um,
Mm-hmm.
from absolutely dumb to your smartphone, which are able to connect to the
Yep.
internet. That's those
Mm-hmm.
everything that connects to the internet is an Internet of Thing.
Yeah.
So that's IoT.
Which is
And
virtually anything. There's everything these days, right?
yeah,
Washing machines,
yeah,
TVs, cars.
yeah. To name a few, like yeah, televisions, washing machines, stoves, and like there are things now that are connected to internet that you
Yeah.
couldn't even imagine 20 years ago. And
Yeah, definitely. It's
yeah,
crazy. Awesome. So then,
in terms,
what is your
yeah,
story at, oh, sorry.
so done.
What is your story at Cognition World? Like how did it begin? What's the original story?
Yeah, so I have worked for internet technology companies or the software as a service SaaS companies in the
Hmm.
past. My inclination is towards working in smaller businesses or startups,
Yeah.
so that you can flex your whole knowledge set,
Yeah.
and create something new and exciting.
Hmm.
Um, so I've been in Dublin. I had been in Dublin for a couple of years, and I was looking for such a company.
Hmm.
And through friends, I met my current um, boss, Thomas McGrath.
Yeah.
And he is a Dublin native who's lived around the world as well. And so I met him. I did an interview with him. Worked in the company for a few months to see if it's a good fit. And I've
Yeah.
been here for the last 5 years. And along
Awesome.
the way, one of our team, like core team members, is
Hmm.
Dylan Daly as well. And
Hmm.
he's the head of operations. So we've been here for more than 5 years.
Yeah.
And serving business customers. We've been growing exponentially year over year.
Yeah. Amazing.
And
Amazing.
that's how I got to join Cognition World. And yeah,
Hmm.
and the story itself, is has been a journey in the last 5 years.
Yeah. I can imagine. Okay, cool. So then what are some of the challenges that you guys are facing at Cognition World at the moment?
Um, so, in terms of what we've achieved, is we've achieved a minimal viable product (MVP), which means
Mm-hmm.
we have a product that's market tested, which has a need, and which our customers are currently using. So we've crossed that stage. So that means we are in the growth phase now. So we
Great.
are growing in terms of the market share. We're growing
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the hardware deployments or the IoT device deployments that we have, and
Yeah,
we are growing in terms of the team. So we are in the
which is
growth
great.
phase. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
not a lot, like a number of decisions that we made during the MVP stage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are being stress tested in terms of how
Yeah,
much traffic we can handle, and
yeah.
what are some of the changes that would be needed for scalability, and
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the practices, cultural changes that we would need um,
Yeah,
to grow more and more. And so
yeah,
that is the side of the challenges that I'm working on currently.
yeah,
And we try to leverage technology wherever possible, as much as possible, to reduce burden on the team,
yeah,
and
yeah.
let automation play its game.
Yeah, awesome. So you did mention, sorry, off camera before that you guys do from everything from the hardware to the software, right?
Yeah.
Can you take
Yeah.
me through that process?
Yeah, so how this works is ultimately the aim or the objective for a customer is, they haven't had any data analytics traditionally. So
Mm-hmm.
without any meaningful data, a customer may be unaware of what's really happening in their operations,
Mm-hmm.
or on their site. So
Yeah.
that's the primary objective we start with, and the customer would have a number of hypotheses as to what may be going wrong, or what may be things that need more efficiency or being reported on. And
Yeah.
so based on those requirements, we come up with the data points that would be most suitable for them to monitor. um,
Mm,
and those monitoring points are ultimately translated into the devices that need to go on their site. So we have hardware suppliers around the world, and so based on the requirement and the data types, we get the right kind of hardware, and
mm-hmm.
then we support the installation of their hardware on client site. And
Mm-hmm.
once that hardware is installed, we commission an IoT network. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, a lot of these devices are low power consumption devices. So
Yeah.
a traditional Wi-Fi signal would not be suitable, because Wi-Fi uses a lot more energy than some of the other IoT technologies out there. So these
Okay.
devices have their own protocol that they talk among each other, and so
Yeah.
we commission that IoT network. And then once all of the setup on site is complete, all of those devices start collecting data and start sending that data up to our cloud platform, which is
Mm-hmm.
AWS based, and it's
Yeah.
AWS being the cloud provider, and it's completely serverless. So just to explain, serverless is
Mm-hmm.
uh, ultimately everything's running on servers, but our setup,
Yeah.
within our setup, we don't have to manage any servers. We use completely managed services, so thus
That's
reducing
cool.
operational cost and burden on our team as well. And
Yeah.
so every all the data points go up to our system, our cloud system, and then there is a lot
Mm-hmm.
of algorithm processing and background work,
Yeah.
all of that happens, and then that
Yeah.
data is ultimately presentable to the customer through our SaaS like web portal, where they can
Yeah.
log in and go through their data in terms of the real time data. So, say
Yeah.
electricity consumption or temperature, humidity data currently, and then you
Yeah.
can go historical, so you can check what was it last week, last month, last year,
Yeah.
depending on what
Yeah.
data you collect. And that ultimately allows you to make decisions, to make changes in your business,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
that will drive these efficiencies, and ultimately to reduce either cost, or increase efficiency.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for breaking that down for me. I get what
A
you
bit
meant from like
long-winded. though.
no, I needed it. I needed to understand. So thank you so much for holding my hand through that. So then lastly, what sort of assistance would you need from our community of side hustlers?
Um, so Um, so my question is, do you provide software support as well, or so in terms of the software that we have, it's good.
Mm,
The customers are happy using it, but we're
yeah.
ultimately always chasing a better user experience. So that's an area
Yeah.
that will definitely that I definitely am accountable for, because that
Hmm.
helps in increasing user engagement, increasing
Yes.
value for the customers, which ultimately
Yes.
helps retain and get new customers. Um,
Yeah.
so user experience, software user experience is
Hmm.
definitely one area that I could use help.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we do have a very, rich pool of talent in the tech department and the tech function. We've got people that have worked both, on the front end, back end, UI, designers, product, software developers and things like that. So finding you somebody who is capable of assisting you with that would not be an issue at all. We're very, very capable of doing that.
Right.
So that wouldn't be an issue. Is there anything else? So you said that you guys have been out for 5 years. How long has the SaaS been up and running for, or the MVP and everything like that?
Yeah, so the latest version of the portal is almost 4 years old, in the sense that it has been enhanced over time,
Okay.
but it was
Yeah.
initially commissioned 3.5 to 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so before that it was more bespoke, and then since the last 4 years, it's been a standard SaaS like offering.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. So, are you so since you're in the growth stage, would you be interested, or would you, feel comfortable listening to people in the marketing function that would assist you with the growth, maybe lead generation for businesses, or maybe finding a marketing strategy that would work for your company?
Definitely. So our business is primarily B2B, which is business to business
Yes.
customers, um,
Yeah.
which requires a very, very different marketing strategy as compared to
Definitely.
business to customer B2C model. So I would
Yeah.
definitely be open to listening to marketing ideas, and we have
Yeah.
a growing team of sales personnel. So conducting effective marketing campaigns to get the required leads. Yes, that's
Yeah.
definitely an area of interest for us.
Great. And I'm glad you touched on sales then. Are you still open to finding more salespeople, or is your team
Yes,
comfortable there?
yes. That's so. As part of the growth phase,
Hmm.
we have a fast-growing sales team, and
Yeah.
we are already in the Irish market, the UK market, the Netherlands market,
Yeah.
and the Canadian market, and
Okay.
we have our strategy is to grow globally, within the European Union as well as North America. So yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Rishi. Thank you for sharing Cognition World and what you guys do with us. I'm very confident that we'll be able to find you the people that you need. And I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. I mean, growth is just a phase, and then the sky's the limit. So I can't wait to see what's next.
Great. Thanks for having me, Izzy, and I definitely look forward to working with Hustlewing soon.
Awesome. Thanks.